Equity Gap tab gives us a larger, more global view of what is going on in our courses to see if we have some students that are not performing as well as others, and maybe that's related to some of their demographic information. So here we've selected fall 2021, and we're looking at all of the courses, but we could identify just one course, one section to look at. Here we're including all of the majors, but we could select out specific majors. We could also look based on their latest major. And this particular graph, and then the same information is reflected down in a table below, shows us my opportunity gap or some inequities in our particular courses. So see, here we have selected to view by underrepresented status. So the darker blue is a no, they are not considered underrepresented status, and the yeses are that they are considered underrepresented. And if we're wondering how the university defines underrepresented students, we could go to our chat bot and say, who is considered URM? And let's see what that gives us. It gives us a training doc to say that we should be going to the My Current Students tab. And then we can also check who is represented as URM, and that is underrepresented student is defined as any student who has identified their race or ethnicity as African American, American Indian or Native American, Hispanic, and Pacific Islander. So that gives us some information that we can then utilize when we're interpreting these data. So as we're looking at based on underrepresented status, we see that we can also select EOP or ethnicity. For instance, these are the different ethnic categories that are represented in this course. And we can also look at parent education level. So if they have attended some college, graduated college, if they're first generation, the student is first generation student, and then we have some that are unknown. And we can also look at this by sex, so female and male, and see how the performance is differing based on these demographic categories. So here we have the overall GPA for the course across each of these sections was 2.55. So we can see how these different groups are comparing to that average GPA across each of these sections. So we can see that those, as a pattern, those that are not underrepresented are outperforming those in the underrepresented category, except for this particular section 51. We can see that that pattern has flipped. And so this gives us an opportunity to think of ways that we could improve. It gives us an opportunity to reduce that gap to help improve the GPA of these students who are considered underrepresented. And this might be involving more equitable pedagogy, that we could create a more inclusive environment while we're teaching these students, and to be mindful of that as we're developing work groups, as we're creating examples, as we're communicating to our students about the classroom environment and how we're supporting each of our students. So this gives us that opportunity to be mindful of how the course environment is affecting different types of people in different ways based on these demographic categories.